Hello guys and welcome back to another video. It's me Cam from Cam's Cobb and welcome back to another Chelsea news video, and today I'll be talking about who's gone to Zagreb, Chelsea interest in Alvarez and Zakharyan, and of course the big news coming out today, REECE James' new 6-year contract and others. So without further ado, if you're new here, I'm Cam from Cam's Cobb. I do daily Chelsea news videos. 80% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so if you get that down that would be great. But without further ado, let's get on the first story. Now of course, starting off with the big news story of today is that REECE James has signed a 5+1 year deal to stay at Chelsea. It's a groundbreaking deal because, as you know, in my unbiased opinion, REECE James is the best right back in the league, if not the world. Chelsea's best player in my books. It would have been Kante, but he's injury prone, so REECE James is one for the future. He's going to be a world beater. So it is very important that we sign that 6-year deal to keep him committed with the club. He is going to be, REECE James is set to become the highest paid defender in Chelsea history on an estimated £250,000 a week. And yeah, I know that's a lot, but he does deserve it. Players like Timo Werner want more, so you know, it's not that much. Well, it's a lot, but not that much in considering to how much Chelsea usually pay for new signings. 6 years more of REECE James. I can't wait. I don't understand how important it is for Chelsea to not only sign players but keep their Cobham graduates. And of course, this has created a flurry of new talks with players at the club. Todd Boehly wanted this is American style, getting down young players for long-term contracts, which is good. Mine has set a snowball effect with going to Matt Law, who has said Chelsea will step up the talks to agree a new contract with Mason Mount after confirming that REECE James is committed to the club until 2028. Talks have already been held with the representatives of Mount, and there will be now a renewed bid to find an agreement with the England midfielder whose current contract is due to expire in 2 years. So I think the exact same deal really with REECE James is about to happen. Of course, Mason Mount, player of the year for the last 2 years, at the same level and importance of Chelsea. Of course, hasn't played that well this year, but it's only 6 games in the season. We can give him time, but REECE James has really excelled the past 2 years, and he is our best player. Mason Mount has been our best player for the last 2 years, so yeah, signing them down a new contract will be important. But going on to more important news regarding contracts, and that is from Simon Phillips Sport, who has said Jorginho is unlikely to sign a new deal and no talks have started yet. Very important. Jorginho's deal ends after this year, so the next stories I'll be talking about is more important. But yeah, lots of hate on Jorginho. I remember being at the games where he was booed off the pitch under Sarri. It wasn't a great environment. He's come into his own recently. He's had very, very good performances, most notably at the FA Cup. I was there at Wembley. I think he won man of the match. I can't remember, but he was definitely our best player. He has great games. He has shocking games. He has many mistakes, but he is a good midfielder. Of course, he plays best with Kante to cover him because alone with Conor Gallagher it hasn't been good. But it's important that he's not going to sign because it means Chelsea have to look elsewhere for more midfielders, which I'll be talking about now. So, as a result of Jorginho not signing, going to go to Simon Phillips Sport again, who has said Chelsea will move back in for Ajax midfielder Edson Alvarez in January. His people were waiting and expecting the move. I still expect Chelsea to move for Declan Rice next summer. Alvarez in January, Declan Rice next summer is the ideal deal, with Frankie de Jong, still looking on the cards for next season if, the whole contract situation with him doesn't look good. But yeah, Edson Alvarez, I wanted to sign him on transfer deadline day, but depending on how good Zakharyan does, I'll be talking about him a bit later anyway, then that will determine if we sign another midfielder, because he might have a stonking first half of the season and we want to sign him on from his loan. On to the final transfer story, and of course Arsene Zakharyan from Dynamo Moscow looked like he's going to be an additional youth signing. People like Andrei Arshavin, of course the famous Russian Arsenal player, saying he's one of the best young Arsenal talents and he needs to join a big club like Chelsea. But this is what Arsene Zakharyan had to say on his move. Did I talk to someone from Chelsea? Yes. There was an offer, but it was impossible to complete a transfer. Did I accept the offer? How can I reject that? Of course I accepted. I hope everything will be done soon, maybe in January. Fabrizio Romano messaged me and asked when I will join Chelsea. I told him I don't know, I'm waiting. So again, with Alvarez, Zakharyan looks like he's going to be completed in January, with the player agreeing the deal, saying how could he reject the deal from Chelsea. It looked like it was going to be 18 million euros around that deal. under £20 million that we've been signing all our youngsters this window. But yeah, one to watch out for the future if you're, scouring around on the Russian Premier League as you do. Check out a Dynamo Moscow game, see how he plays, and hopefully that happens. But finally, I'll be going more into depth with Chelsea's game against Dinamo Zagreb tomorrow. But just two little nitbits before I make a video later. Aubameyang and Zakharya have travelled to Zagreb and could make their debuts tomorrow. Thiago Silva's been left home. Well, that's understandable. Got to give him time, give him some rest. But more importantly than that, Chelsea's new tech fleece for Europe is so peng. It can't. Well, that kind of confirms Chelsea are going to be wearing their third kit tonight. They haven't even released it yet, but look at these tech fleeces. Where can I buy them? They look sick, and the rumoured third kit is that colour scheme, so it's only right. We always wear our third kit in Europe, so yeah, stay tuned for that. I'll be doing a more in-depth video later when Thomas Tuchel does his press conference on the game with Kovacic. But without further ado, I'll see you later.